Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing my July book haul. I have 7 books to show you. I usually don't have these many books because I have so many to read. I only try to buy 1 or 2 a month, or some months I just don't buy any books. So the first 2 are Oxford World's Classics. I bought them online. The first is Nikolai Gogol's Dead Souls, and I'm interested in this book because I've read that he ripped the last part, he destroyed the last part before he died, so we don't know how the story ends, and I don't like that very much. Even open endings I'm not a fan of. I would track the author down if I could and ask him or ask her what was supposed to happen, what am I supposed to think. But I've read and I've heard that Gogol is one of the greatest Russian authors of all time. I have a few books by Russian authors to read. I have Leo Tolstoy's Anna Karenina, even Turgenev, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the name correctly, Father and Children, now Gogol and Dostoevsky, Crime and Punishment. I'm supposed to reread this summer. So I'm not going to read this this summer, but I'm glad I got it. The second book is Oscar Wilde, A Picture of Dorian Gray. We didn't read Oscar Wilde at university, and I've never read anything by Oscar Wilde, so it's a bit embarrassing, but at the same time, it's normal. I think when you study literature, and I studied literature for 7 years, and when you have some free time, sometimes you don't want to read, sometimes you just want to do different things, or you read, but you read different things, you don't read, classics, so to speak. So for a long time I felt guilty about that, but I accept it now, and I just don't have time to read everything, and I'm a slow reader myself, so better late than never, I guess. So here's Oscar Wilde. Now the next 5 books, I bought them all at the same place on the same day, and they all cost the same. So the first one is a Portuguese translation of George Orwell's Animal Farm. This was a small collection a magazine was doing, I think, a few months ago, and I don't have a copy of Animal Farm, so I decided to buy this one, but I want to buy the English version. So this is just the cover, and I've read this book, but I didn't have a copy, so I thought, why not? The second book is a French book. I don't know anything about the story or the author. I only bought it because I'm studying French now, and I'm like first level, but I thought it would be good for me to have a French book, and I should start reading something in French because it's so similar to Portuguese, and that was the main reason to buy this book. So here it is, La Comédienne, and inside there's this lovely message saying, with one big hug from an old friend, Aurora, Foch, September 3rd, 1954. My father was born in 1954. How old is this book? And I thought the message was just so lovely. It's just a treasure when you buy something this old and there's a message inside, and you start thinking about the people who had the book and who read the book, and I don't know, that was the second reason to buy this. Now I have a Portuguese translation of Dostoevsky's The Idiot. I quite like the cover. I think the cover is quite funny, and again, I only bought it because I don't have this book. I think my father has this book in Portuguese actually, but I don't have a copy, so I decided to buy this one. So there's another book for my Russian TBR. Then I have History of Portuguese Literature from the 12th century to the 16th century. I think this is supposed to be a school manual, or at least something for you to have at the library in school. This is volume 1. They didn't have any other like this, and they didn't have the following volumes, and I don't have any book that talks about Portuguese literature. Obviously I read books by Portuguese authors, and I have some favorites, but I only studied Portuguese literature in high school, and I don't know, I don't have a book like this. This is more criticism and history, and I thought it was interesting for me to have. And finally, I have Os Lusíadas by Luís de Camões, and this is a Portuguese epic about Portuguese age of discoveries, and this was published by Lelo, which is a very famous bookshop here in Porto. This was published in 1939, and it's a transcription of the original edition of Os Lusíadas. And look at this. This is old Portuguese. This is beautiful, and I don't know, I've studied Camões when I was in high school. Everyone does, and even though I'm not, I don't think I'm going to read this anytime soon. I just thought this was just, look, this is just a treasure, and this is a perfect addition to my bookshelf, and I don't know, it's just a must. When I saw this book, I just knew I have to have it, and I don't know, it was just a surprise for me to find this, and you don't see books like this anymore. And yeah, that was basically it, just because it was such a surprise. I'm so happy to have bought this, and I just love looking at it. I haven't tried to read it, but you know, I'll be able to read everything, obviously. But it's so funny to see how they spell words differently back then, and the way the words are drawn, I mean, just, they're beautiful, I think. So these 5 books that I've just shown you, I need to put them together. So these 5, I bought them at a secondhand store, I think. It's one of those stores where when you have stuff that you don't want anymore, you just take it there, and if it's in good conditions, they will just sell it, and all the money goes to hospitals or associations, something like that. All of this cost €5. Literally, I paid €1 per book. It's crazy, because you have some treasures here. Like this one, obviously, and La Comedian with the lovely message on the inside. I mean, €1. I was so surprised, and the place was full of stuff, clothes and shoes and toys and everything you could imagine. So I just grabbed the 5 books and left, because it was so hot inside. It was just so full of stuff. That I think I will go back, because they said they get a lot of books during the week, so I will go back and see. But the ones, I was there for a while, and I only find these 5 that interested me. So guys, that's it for today. I'm following my summer TBR plan, so I'm already studying for my master's degree, and I'm super excited because it's so different from my other master's degree. This is completely new to me, and I'm reading The Wind Up Bird Chronicle by Haruki Murakami, and it's a really big book, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I've already read also the mystery book. When I made that video, Summer TBR and second master's degree video, I mentioned a third mystery book because of my book club I have with my friends. At that time, I didn't know the book we would pick. Mysterious Affairs and Styles by Agatha Christie. I finished it yesterday and I loved it. It was my first Agatha Christie. I think I read one when I was a child, but you know, I don't remember. I don't even remember the name of the book. So I'm counting this one as the first. And I enjoyed it so much. I thought it was super entertaining, and sometimes the explanations, I mean, sometimes I had to go back and check something because she wrote it in a way that you didn't feel it was an important piece of information, but then you realize it was, so you have to go back and read it again. But I really enjoyed the book. It's fairly small, so I finished it I read it in 2 days or 3 days, I'm not sure. And yeah, so I'm up to my book count. I've read 14 books so far this year, and I'm on track. So I would like to finish the Wind Up Bird Chronicle at least, I don't know, mid-August, so I have time to read Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment and prepare that video that I told you about. And yeah, So have a nice weekend, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.